Hello and welcome. It's Kevin Doherty here with the Intentional Wealth Institute and Dream Practice Coaching. And I'm so glad you've made it to this short video today where I'm going to talk about a very important subject for your future, which is how to stop trading time for money. Now, you've been brought to this video for a reason, most definitely, that this is a subject that we normally don't spend much time on, and it doesn't get much reflection in our modern society, I think quite frankly, because most of us don't actually believe that it's even possible to have a business or a career where we don't have to be physically present to make a lot of money doing what we do. So some of what I'm going to say in this video may challenge you, it may stretch you a little bit, but I want you to know that if, since you're here with me right now, there's a purpose behind you checking out this video. And I think the subject matter is extremely important because what we're really getting at here is how do you become more free in your life? So this is true even if you absolutely love what you currently do and you're working hard, you're trading time for money, but you have a passion for what you do. That's fantastic, and in no way am I suggesting that you should stop doing that. What I am going to suggest is that it's really helpful for you as a business owner or entrepreneur or practitioner to have the option in front of you of working as much or as little as you want, because when you have that in place, you'll experience a level of freedom and just kind of openness in your life that most people can't even imagine. And it really is possible. Hopefully in this video you'll get some really clear tips and some concepts in place on how to make this true for you. So let's go ahead and jump in. So before I reveal this number one factor that enables you to stop trading time for money, I want to cover some really important foundational principles here. The first kind of overview I want to give you is what I call the 3 phases of business growth. If you've taken one of my coaching programs before, you know that I come back to these 3 phases a lot because it's really important to know where you are right now in your business. So the first phase is what we call the startup phase, and that's usually 0 to 2 years into your business, where you're seeing up to 20 clients per week, and you're starting to really scale up your hours. You're working a lot, and you're getting to that break-even point in your business where you're literally in a startup phase. You haven't quite reached profitability yet, but you're moving in that direction. Now, some of us never actually get out of this phase. We stay in phase 1 forever, and that can be a really frustrating place to be. And I'm going to reveal definitely a little bit down the road in this video why that's the case. Why do people stay stuck there? But phase 2 is the expansion phase. And that's where you're seeing anywhere from 20 to 300 clients per week. You're working long hours. And this is often called the pinnacle of success in the conventional business world. So a lot of people would say that this is actually the apex of any level of success you could possibly hit in your business, is just maxing out the time for money model where you're working 40 to 100 hours a week. You're seeing as many clients as you could possibly handle, and that's pretty much it. Now, you may or may not be there right now, and it really is a personal thing in terms of where you are at in your business. But what I discovered in my business when I hit phase 2 was I intuitively realized that this was not the pinnacle of success. This was a really important stepping stone, but there was actually a lot further to go down the road of success for me in the way that I defined it. And that's where I came up with this definition of phase 3. It's what I call the freedom phase in your business. And in the freedom phase, your business is no longer dependent upon your physical presence in order to make money. You have the freedom to live where you want, to work the amount of hours you want, and set life up on your terms. So if you go on vacation, your income does not go on a vacation with you. You have systems in place that enable you to stabilize your income with or without your physical presence. And I really believe that this is actually the pinnacle of business success, not phase 2 where you're just working as hard as you possibly can, maxing out the hour for dollar model. The problem with phase 2 is that no matter how passionate you are in offering the services you do to your clients, when you max out that model and you don't see anything beyond that, inevitably you're going to hit a wall of energy. Your energy will plateau, and you'll feel like it just kind of stagnates in that model, where if you're doing it year after year after year, your energy, your adrenals, your willpower starts to feel a little bit drained, and that becomes more of an issue in your life over time. For some of us, This happens very quickly. For some of us, it actually takes 20 to 30 years to get there, where we literally drain ourselves. We drain our life force by working way too hard in phase 2. So this is why I think phase 3 is exceptionally important for you, because you want to have this in place in order to open up options in your life, restore your health, and keep things balanced for you, your family, the things you love to do in your life, your hobbies and whatnot. So with phase 3, the beauty of this model is that there's no financial ceiling. So because it's not dependent upon you working a specific amount of hours to make your money, you can literally work as much or as little as you want, and there's no point at which the financial cap hits and you're like, well, that's all I can do. That's all I'm capable of. So there's no financial ceiling in this model. And you've effectively transcended the hour for dollar model altogether in phase 3. So this is oftentimes where we hear the terms passive income or leveraged income come into play. Now, there are many ways to do this, but what I'm going to reveal to you in this video is what I consider to be the safest, the least risky, the fastest, and actually the most fun and genuine way for most of us in the service-based businesses to hit phase 3 and to get there as quickly as possible. So it's a widely known fact that 80% of small business owners will fail within the first 5 years. So like I said, many of them never actually get out of phase 1. They're stuck in that startup phase recurringly. And some, of course, do break through to phase 2. But what's very interesting is that there's another statistic that within 10 years, 96% of all businesses will fail. So what you can see is that 4 out of 100 businesses are still in existence and thriving within a 10-year period. That's kind of daunting, right? Now, what's even more daunting is that in my coaching experience, actually less than 3% ever even come close to phase 3, where they really reach that place where they can transcend time for money, they can live life on their terms, their business is basically working for them rather than them working constantly for their business. And that's ideally where I want to see you be. Now, it's great to get you more clients in the door. We definitely want to max you out in phase 2. But ultimately, I think phase 3 is why a lot of us even get into business in the first place. It's the deepest, most true reflection of our purpose in life to hit this place, because this is where we can make the biggest impact. It's where we can inspire people the most with our message, okay? So here's a huge mistake that many business owners make. They try to bypass phase 1 and 2 and actually go straight to phase 3, where they want to make passive income before they've even achieved success in an active income model. And I see this all the time, where we're intrigued by the lure of the internet or real estate investing or network marketing or whatever it is, and we think like, I'm maybe not having that much success in my small business right now, seeing clients or getting customers in the door. Why don't I just try to make passive income and just go straight for freedom? That doesn't really work. It's actually a flawed process to begin with, and I think it's really, really important to create a high level of success in phase 2 before you really commit to phase 3. Ideally, you want to sequentially go through all of these phases, though, not bypass any of them, okay? So until you are financially stable, you actually should trade time for money. And I really wanted to make sure that was clear to you. So, I'm not just coming across as just this kind of cheesy, like, yeah, go out there and do whatever you want. And, it's all about freedom and just, let's be real here. In business, you do have to work hard. You have to develop certain skills and a strong foundation in what you're doing. And you have to get financially stable before you should even really think about passive income and creating all of this freedom and, kind of passive income in what you're doing now. But like I said, you also don't want to dismiss that and just focus exclusively on maxing out phase 2, because that's also an inherently limited model that becomes increasingly more clear over time. So with that said, I'll get off my soapbox now and I just wanted to make sure that that's clear, that I don't want you just going straight for phase 3 without going sequentially through phases 1 and 2 and having a high level of success there first. But with that said, I definitely want to help you get to phase 3. And the number one factor in my experience that enables you to stop trading time for money is your online audience, without question. Your online audience is the number one factor that will enable you to quickly go from phase 1 to phase 2 to phase 3. And if you've never heard of this term before, it's basically your built-in network of people who know, like, and trust you, who love your work, and who support your mission. That's really all it is. It's people all over the world, or maybe right now it's just in your local area, depending on the kind of business you have. But these are people that are online and they're aware of you, they consume your content, and they're engaged with what you're doing. They support you in your mission, your purpose, and they are there for you to invest in your services, your products, and to support you for the long term. So there's a direct correlation between the increase in the size of your audience and the freedom you have in your business. And I want you to really take that statement in. I'm going to repeat it one more time because it's really easy to overlook this and think, oh, maybe this isn't that important to me. What I'm going to say is that this is actually one of the most important statements you can hear right now in your business. There's a direct correlation between the increase in the size of your audience and the freedom you have in your business. And I could also say between the size of your audience and the success you have in phase 1 and 2. Because if you want to get more successful in phase 1 and 2, I am all about increasing the size of your online audience. So this audience that you build up around you is what will really determine in this day and age with the internet and social media how successful you're going to be in business. The bigger your audience, the less dependent your business becomes on how many hours you work. It's a very interesting process as it develops. So if you want to hit phase 3, your goal then should be to build out the biggest online audience that you possibly can, because that will be the greatest asset you have in place to transcend the hours for dollars model, okay? So there are two main components of your online audience. There are actually many components that we can talk about, and this can actually become extremely overwhelming for people, where we can incorporate so many different ways of looking at your online audience that you just leave feeling like deer in the headlights, like, oh my gosh, way too much. So what I'm trying to do here is really simplify this for you. In my experience, what's working right now, and keeping this as simple as possible, there are two main components that you want to focus on in building your online audience. The first is your Facebook fan page. You want to get as many fans on your page as you possibly can right now, because this is one of the most powerful marketing strategies you have at your disposal. The second is your email list, your email subscribers, okay? So you really want to use a combination of your Facebook fan page and email marketing to build up this audience as big as you possibly can, because the bigger that audience gets, the more freedom you have in your business, the more success you have in phase 1 and 2. So here's my specific goal for you. Since you're watching this video and I appreciate you being committed to this information, I want to see this happen for you. And I'm going to set a vision for you to do this. I hope you do the same. I want to see you get 10,000 Facebook fans to your Facebook fan page. And I know that might sound ambitious right now, depending on where you're at. It may or may not. You might already have several thousand. It's really not that hard. And I'm going to teach you how to do this in the upcoming online business bootcamp. It's all about getting you to a place where you have 10,000 Facebook fans and also 2,500 email subscribers. Now, this is a baseline. Really what you want to do is keep growing from here. So currently, like for instance, I have just right around 70,000 fans on my 2 Facebook fan pages, and they're growing by hundreds of people each and every day. And I can't tell you what that does for me in my business in terms of brand recognition and just virality and authority status, and ultimately getting people to engage with my content and want to work with me in my business. So it's really the same for you, regardless of what your business is, that the bigger this fan base becomes, the more email subscribers you have, the more leverage you have, the more freedom you have in your business, and everything starts to open up from there. Don't forget, this is your built-in network of people that know, like, and trust you, so you don't have to constantly go outside of this to figure out what you're going to do to get more clients, to sell more products, to make more money. If you have this network in place, it kind of takes care of itself, and that's really what you're looking for in your business. So the bigger your online audience gets, the more freedom you have, the more options you have, the more money you make, and the less you have to trade your time to make the money you do. How does that sound? I mean, that's what we're essentially all looking for if we own a business. I mean, think about it. The risks, the sacrifices, the pitfalls, the potential pitfalls you have to endure to create a successful business, shouldn't the reward be equally worth it? Shouldn't the reward kind of compensate for the tremendous sacrifice and risk you have to incur to build a business? That reward is about freedom. It's about opening your life to new possibilities, impacting more lives, making more money. All of this may sound idealistic, but really, be honest with yourself. Isn't this why you got into your practice, your business in the first place? Is to make that kind of impact and create that kind of freedom in your life. I know that was certainly the case for me, and that was an ideal that I have stuck to day in and day out. And I can tell you, your online audience is the greatest asset you have to reach that ideal, to actually experience that. So if you want more freedom in your business, you need to develop your marketing skill to build your online audience as one of your top, if not the top, business priorities that you have right now. This needs to actually come at the forefront of everything you're doing in business, is building out these tremendous assets of your Facebook fan base and your email marketing list to stay in touch with people, to engage with them, to share great content, and to ultimately have these folks be the basis of supporting you in your work. It's a beautiful thing when you get that in place, and like I said, it frees you up in so many ways. So I'm sure at this point, it begs the question, how do I do this? How do I build my audience? And if you are asking that question, I commend you because it shows me that you're engaged with what I'm saying and you're taking this seriously. So if you're not asking that question yet, well, this is a very important question. To me, in this day and age, right now, this is one of the most important questions you can possibly ask yourself is, how do I build an online audience to be as big, as engaged, as supportive as possible in helping me with my mission? That needs to be the paramount question you're asking in your business right now. So there are 3 things that I'm going to suggest. And I think there are many ways to do this, first of all. Like I said, you can easily get overwhelmed with this because you have Pinterest, you have LinkedIn, you have Instagram, you have so many platforms that you can market on and build an audience. What I'm going to do is keep this extremely simple for you though. And really it comes down to me for 3 basic things you want to focus on in terms of specific skills you want to develop to do this. First is blogging. And with blogging, the way that it helps you get more exposure and build this audience is through SEO or search engine optimization. So when you write keyword optimized blog posts, you can oftentimes pretty easily get those to the top of Google for keywords that are very relevant to your services and products. And that can be a great way to get people over to your website, to get on your email list. You can also, you definitely want to do this, you want to integrate your blog with social media. So every time you write a blog post, you're sharing it on Facebook or on Twitter or on the various social channels that you're on. And then viral marketing. So when you write really compelling content on your blog, you always want to create an intention and suggest to people that they share it, that they bring it to people that they know who will benefit from that content. And it's really not that hard to do if your content is good. So in this upcoming boot camp, I'm going to teach you how to write really compelling blog content, and I'm going to share some really powerful strategies for virtually ensuring that your blog content goes viral. And that helps your cause tremendously because then your audience does the heavy lifting on your behalf, which is what you want. So the first thing is blogging. The second strategy that we want to use to build your audience is PPC. PPC is pay-per-click advertising. And in particular, I recommend using the Facebook platform right now to build your fan base and drive traffic to your website to generate leads, email subscribers using Facebook. And a lot of us have probably heard of this strategy. We've maybe been interested in it, but be honest with yourself. Are you really doing this right now? Are you spending $5, $10, $15, $20 a day, $100 a day or more to build your audience on Facebook? Are you getting a great return on investment from that? You should be. If you're in small business, there's no reason you couldn't have a wildly successful ROI from Facebook ads right now. Facebook ads are in a place right now where Google AdWords was about 7 or 8 years ago, where it literally was like a free-for-all. You can get extremely cheap traffic, you could get as much of it as you wanted, and you could drive so many people to your website, to your blog, to build your fan base. I mean, of course, in AdWords, you weren't building a fan base back then, but yeah, just getting website traffic was very successful using AdWords. Now, Google AdWords is very expensive. In my testing and what I've noticed, it's 2 to 3 times more than Facebook ads, easily. So I highly recommend that you leverage the Facebook platform, and I can guarantee you your ideal clients are hanging out on Facebook in droves right now. And if you know how to market successfully using pay-per-click ads, it's really just the sky's the limit. You can get as many people, as many prospective clients to your websites, to your offers as you could ever want. And the third is organic Facebook marketing. So this is where you just consistently share great content on your fan page, and you have a goal of getting that content liked and shared by your audience. Now for me, because I've become so skilled at doing this, I'm getting somewhere between 300 to 600 new fans on my fan pages every day for free, just from sharing content that my audience really likes, and they share it with people that they know on Facebook, and it goes viral. And new people like my fan pages, people that are actually very engaged with what I'm saying. They're targeted. They're definitely, they meet my criteria for an ideal client potentially. That's what you want. You want to be using Facebook right now to connect with lots and lots and lots of people on your fan page, thousands of them ideally. Share amazing content that they share with their audience, with their friends on Facebook, and it goes viral, and you start getting a lot of organic viral momentum to your fan page. That gets you lots of new likes every single day. And as that network explodes, it becomes a snowball effect. So on one of my pages, because I have over 50,000 people on that page, every time I share a post, I know that that's going to get hundreds of shares a lot of the time, and that will pretty much guarantee lots of new fans coming to my page. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that in the upcoming Online Business Bootcamp, because right now, this is just one of the best, most powerful marketing strategies we have at our disposal. So to do this, to really master these three strategies, you need to understand that these are specific skills that you want to develop over time, okay? This is not something that I recommend that you just haphazardly jump into willy-nilly and say, yeah, I guess I'll try this, and be really casual about it. I mean, these are things that I've spent years learning, cultivating, mastering, refining. And my goal is to expedite the process for you to make you as successful as possible using these strategies, developing these skills. So through good coaching and mentoring and practice and consistent action, that's where the magic formula is. That's where you'll get the best results. And with the right support, you can get to phase 3 a heck of a lot faster than you likely could on your own. So what you really want to be thinking of right now is, okay, I want to, first of all, I want to build out my online audience. I want to build my fan base. I want to get my email list as big as I can. And then I want to start thinking about different products and services that I can offer that aren't directly dependent upon my physical presence to deliver them, to make money from them. And that's what I can help you to do. Very important strategy and goal to have in your business for your longevity, for the balance in work and life. I just think it's essential to have that. So if you'd like me to help you with this, if you want to learn how to transcend time for money and really leverage your income and become more free, make a bigger impact in this world, which I know you can do. I know that's why you're here right now, because that's why you got into business in the first place, right? Well, go ahead and click the link below this video and learn all about the Online Business Bootcamp starting very soon. And this program is going to be an absolute game changer for you if you're ready, if you want to start building your audience to quickly go from phase 1 to 2 or from phase 2 to 3, really wherever you're at in your business in a linear sense. I'm going to help you go to that next phase using the internet, using these simple strategies of your fan page, your blog, and your email list. Otherwise, if we incorporate too much else in, overwhelm. I can pretty much guarantee you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is way too much information. And trust me, there's so much to learn just within Facebook, within blogging, and within email marketing that we're going to dig deeply into these subjects, help you master them, and through doing that, you will have skills in place that will serve you and the people that you are meant to serve for years and years to come. So I really look forward to working with you. Go ahead and click the link below this video. You'll get all of the details for the program. We already have such an amazing group of entrepreneurs, practitioners, and visionaries. Would love to have you join us. This is Kevin Doherty, and thank you so much for this video. I hope it's been helpful, giving you some really kind of eye-opening insights into your business, and I look forward to connecting with you in the near future. Take care and have a great day.